There's one main story that's emerged so far from this election, and that is the Republican takeover of Congress. But there are many other stories hidden just one layer beneath the surface that we're all wondering about. How did voter ID laws play out this election? And what is the prospect for passing a Voting Rights Amendment Act?
What this election pointed to was that we need a Voting Rights Amendments Act, because in the absence of it, all kinds of mischief happen.
How will this Congress respond to the increasing gap in this country between the rich and the poor?
We really need to have a debate over what works for the poor, what works to create jobs, and we got to get off of the simple buzzwords and the hot button issues. I think we can. I think if progressives don't, they're going to pay a very, very heavy price. I think that's the meaning of this election.
Many progressive issues fared very well in the states, including minimum wage, medical marijuana, criminal justice. These are the things that could very well get done.
It's fascinating in this election to see trends that have developed over the last elections in terms of who votes how. Young people remain voting Democratic. Conservative Christians, those who go to church more regularly, vote more decisively Republican. Those who are not very religious in their lives vote overwhelmingly Democratic, one exception being the African-American community.
The issue of sentencing reform, prison reform, all of those issues right now, a huge number of faith organizations are working on. And I think that will bring fruit of passage. There is no question.
Well, I think a whole range of human rights issues like the trafficking of women, like tearing down internet firewalls, like prison reform. There are a range of issues. And who knows, once they get to talk to each other and the demonization and the caricatures end, they might find that they have lots of common ground.
This was the enormous discontent around the country led to these Republican victories, and the real challenge will be what happens at the national level. Can there be cooperation? Deadlock is not going to be good for either party. And what's going to happen at the state levels? And some of the referenda that we saw in this actually give hope for the kind of bipartisan cooperation that can make social justice real.
Join us to hear from our panel representing diverse viewpoints, to hear their thoughts on the election and what it means for our country.